Next, about the doctoral dissertation topics. As a accumulation of their studies in the program, students must conduct a project with international organizations, government agencies, NGOs, or private companies, which function as host institutions from the second half of their second year through their third year. Students are either assigned to host institutions or work with them as clients in strategic planning and implementation. Through this experience, the program enhances their ability to coordinate, negotiate, propose, and implement health policies and programs. As the intellectual product of this project, the student must write a dissertation and submit it to the interdisciplinary graduate school and host institution. The project differs from a typical internship. Beyond simply serving an apprenticeship at the host institution, students must also make intellectual contributions to the host institution as requested. Next is about host organizations and themes. The host organization for the project must be clearly defined within the project. It is not acceptable for the student to simply extend the work that the student was engaged in prior to enrollment. The theme of the project should be related to global risk and should be able to influence the policies and strategies of the host organization. As a general rule, the student is responsible for identifying the host organization and negotiating the terms of acceptance. Students may seek advice from research advisors as appropriate. The relationship between the host organization and the student is assumed to take various forms, such as when the student becomes an employee of the host organization, or when the host organization entrusts the work to the student as an external consultant. In either case, the form of acceptance will be determined based on mutual agreement between the student and the host institution, and the two parties will conclude an agreement as needed. Please note that the university does not pay salaries or allowances to students. This is a brief explanation of the doctoral thesis. Students will write a doctoral thesis as the final product of the project and submit this to the host organization and dean of the Interdisciplinary Graduate School of Global Risk. The format and content of the doctoral thesis will vary depending on the nature of each project. However, generally, the main audience will be the host organization, and the basic elements of the thesis will be to promote the policies, strategies, and practices of that organization and recommendations for improving those aspects. The doctoral thesis does not need to take the form of an original research article. It utilizes and synthesizes existing scientific knowledge, identifies and analyzes global risk policy issues, proposes solutions, and summarizes the lessons learned when implementing solutions.